welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be. So, guys, still rocking. We are remote today.
Both of
We
us.
are both of us are remote. Brett is out of his office. He's out of his beautiful, I'm going to call it a compound because it's got some really cool things out there. He's got cows, pigs, chickens.
Yep.
You don't have pigs.
Yep.
Do you have pigs?
No pigs.
No pigs.
No
Just
pigs
cows
yet.
And chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's cows and chickens. Very self-sustainable. We've got garden.
Oh, you froze, buddy.
Many acres. It's just been a slow process with them, and it's just made this a really cool thing. So if the zombies ever come, put in your application to go live at Brent Wright's house. You'll be more than well taken care of. And I'm going to flip my screen around here real quick.
You're freezing, buddy. You're freezing on us.
Am I freezing? I'm still here.
Yeah,
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. So we'll talk. Just let me know, and I know that we're on. We'll make sure that we're at good Wi-Fi here. Am I still freezing?
No, you're not freezing, but you're pixelating pretty hard.
Okay.
How do I look?
Everyone looks good. So, guys, this is besides what?
Besides the fact that I'm old.
So, anyway, I am on a little family vacation, if you may. We are in Maui. Yes, the Maui that caught fire a couple months ago. My brother lives here, and his family and all of his kids are here. And then, again, came out to Chrissy and her mom and dad. They came here many years before Chrissy and I got married. So we're out here kind of a little sentimental trip, if you may, and we'll get into that more later. But anyway, here we go. So we're old guys still rocking. This is the first time that you have seen us. We are two old dudes. Not really, but we kind of are. Two seasoned veterans, same walks, but different walks of life. But the great thing is we come together and we are building something that we hope that's going to last for generations, definitely changing the ripple effect of how people talk to each other and then how people think of each other. So our main focus, typically, if you're watching this for the first time, is kind of like the 40 plus, right? There's a lot of podcasts for the younger guys. There's nothing wrong with that. It's awesome because they need that, especially with our system of education right now. So a lot of entrepreneurs. But anyway, with that being said, we've even found that there's more seasoned guys are needed some help. You might get stuck or too embarrassed to say something like, because I'm farther along in life, I shouldn't have questions. Guys, we have questions all the time. It's okay to fail. And I'm sure that you hear that. So if you're 40, 50, 60, 80, and you failed and you don't know how to get back up with it, just know that you're not alone. And analytics that we look at after our podcast tell us so. So thank you guys for staying there. But anyways, Brent Wright, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Episode 20, buddy. 20. Yeah.
Woo! Should have like balloons or confetti coming down.
I know, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, I've been traveling for a week. I'm traveling. You're traveling. I've been traveling for a week. My wife had surgery in LA, and I worked out of LA, out of our LA office for a week. So yeah, good times back here at the ranch, the compound, if you will, the construction zone, never-ending construction zone.
So are you in the main house or are you out in the barn area? You main?
I'm on the back deck. So before I left, like that is my birthday streamers, because we left on Sunday, my birthday, to fly to LA for my wife's surgery on Tuesday. And we had to get there and get prepped and get everything rocking and rolling. And so, yeah, it was a good time. So success on the surgery, and she's healing nicely. So for those who are interested.
Yeah, so it's actually a great journey again, guys. I've told you guys, I've asked you guys a couple of weeks ago, didn't tell you to, but I asked you guys follow Brent. He's got his wife, April, is going through her own personal journey. And the cool thing about it is most people kind of keep this undercover and not talk about it because it's a little bit hard for people to talk about it, being so vulnerable. And April's, dude, I want to tell you this actually is one thing that I did want to talk to you about, even though we talked about. I am super proud of her for sharing her journey, brother. I think it's going to open up a lot of stuff for her in a good way that, hey, here's my journey. I know there's more than me that are going through this. Let's help each other out. What did you learn? What were your setbacks? What were your progresses? And it's, especially at the age of your life, being so young and being so vulnerable about that has been impressive, dude. So pretty awesome, dude. And obviously it comes down to it a lot of you can hear some kids in the background. We're at a resort, so if you hear some screaming in the background, not my kids. My kids are still in Idaho. But anyway,
no beatings.
I'm not beating kids or throwing them off the fourth floor. It's all good. You know.
Yet. So.
Right. But anyways, do you want to share? I guess maybe when she gets better, I think that would be awesome to have her on here and just kind of share her journey. If I think that's if you when we get to that point, that's fine. But right now, obviously, follow Brent Wright, and it's very easy to find her wife, his wife, April Wright. And definitely she's put it on Instagram. It's just a cool journey. But I was thinking, is there anything that you want to share from that experience? Because it was an experience for you as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to become, she's such the caretaker at your house, and you guys kind of reversed roles a little bit. A lot, maybe.
We had to, and we're going to for the next month for her first recovery. And then she has another surgery in March, and then another surgery in July, and then we'll see how it goes from there. And so, definitely a flip-flop of the roles. It is a struggle. I'm used to leaning on her aggressively, and now she's having to lean on me literally, so she doesn't fall down. She's in a full compression bodysuit for the next 30 days.
Wow.
And so it's like putting on a wetsuit and wearing a wetsuit every day. That's so definitely going to be fun. Got to glove up, get the old work gloves on, because you got to have rubber against rubber to pull it on, right? And so,
right.
But it's been a wild ride for the last week. Kind of like what we were talking before we got on. Our theme for the week, for this podcast is, how are we making a difference while we're traveling through the people we're interacting with? And it's been an awesome journey. Met a really cool guy named Edward, Armenian cat. He was our driver this week. He was our first Uber driver, and he reached out and said, "Hey, if you guys are going to be here all week, let me just become your personal driver for the week." And he did.
Awesome. That's cool.
And 28-year-old guy, he's hustling. He's got five Cadillac Escalades running around the LA area. He's got a business partner. He's in a bunch of different businesses as well. And I shared my link tree with him, and he came back and he studied me, and he was like, "Holy smokes, you're cooking with gas." And I said, "Yeah, I'm trying to make a difference, make a damn difference." He goes, "Well, you made a huge difference on me. And he goes, "And you gave me hope and inspired me and make me want to do better and do better for my community and all those things." And so that was just one interaction. So if you're listening, Edward, I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate all you did for us and extra care and all of that. And, never asked for a discount, but the cat gave me a discount. So I'm going to help him out a little bit and send him a few things. I sent him a few links to a few books, and, interestingly enough, he had already read The Alchemist, and he had already read The Richest Man in Babylon. So he's already on the right track. Yeah. Good. So he's already on the right track and doing the right things and thinking the right thoughts and all of that. But I shared with him the Leader's Journey link and told him that if he didn't get it within the next 30 days, I was going to send him a copy because I got a bunch of copies at the office. I believe wholeheartedly in that book. If you're listening, go get that book. Amazon, The Leader's Journey, an amazing book. It'll definitely help you. Got to interact with my wife's MLD therapist, lady named Pearl. She's going to come stay at our guest house and come hang out at the compound. Great lady, and drives from Glendale every day. Actually, no, sorry, Palmdale. She drives from Palmdale every day.
That's a long way.
She drives from Palmdale every day into Beverly Hills, and Edward drives from Glendale every day into Beverly Hills. A couple of good interactions with folks. As I was telling you on the way back today, I had an opportunity to interact with a gentleman who was taking some food trays from one food court to the next level of the food court at the airport, and it looked like he was going to go ass over tea kettle with all of his stuff, and nobody was helping him. And I walked up and I offered help, and spent about 10 minutes with him and got him all set up. And you know, I guess what I'm saying, I'm not bragging. I'm not, you know, propping myself up or anything like that. I'm letting people know that, you know, if I'm calling you out and saying, make a damn difference, I'm making a damn difference. I'm trying to make a difference every day with all the folks I interact with. And an opportunity while traveling is tough. You said that people don't want to talk anymore. People don't want to smile at you. I had the exact opposite experience. It seems like the people in LA are ready to actually like start making a difference. At least the people I interacted with.
That's great.
It was huge.
That's great. I think that's awesome too. And I guess, and maybe it's just not so much the trip is like, I make an effort because obviously we go on this podcast and we talk about making a difference, making a damn difference, right? So there's this, again, holding ourselves accountable, and there's those little trigger things that go off in my head, just like we were talking about. But, you know, saying hi, open doors for people. And I know that other guys do that. I know other ladies do that. And just even ladies, yes, you can open up the door, hold the stuff on there. But when you say hi to somebody and they act like you're not there, that like drives me insane. It's like, how hard is it to say hi, but we've come accustomed to, because of COVID and everything, don't get too close to me, especially where I came. It is still a lot of masks, real scared about all that other stuff here in Hawaii, which is fine. I mean, to each their own. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying is that people are so like, oh, you know, I don't want to be too close to it in that. So I had some different experiences. Like, it drives me crazy when I hold the door and no one says thank you. When I say hi to somebody and they just keep walking by. Or I was actually on the beach last night and just kind of getting one of my favorite things to do here, man, is just get unpacked and go and bury my feet in the sand and just really get connected, man.
Grounded,
just grounded, right? It's just like I sit in there and Chris is like, why do you want to go? Like, I need to go out. And so, but there was a lady sitting on the beach and like, this is awesome, right? She goes, yep. Dude, you're looking at the freaking ocean, man. You're sitting in Hawaii. It's like, regardless if you live here or not, because there's a lot of people that are living in a resort because they got displaced. Yeah. So there's people that are home. But it's just like, isn't that hard? Just to, like, I'm not hitting on you. I got a wedding ring on, which maybe that happens out here. I don't know, but this is not my thought. So those are the type of things. So I'm glad that you had a great interaction in those.
You froze again, brother.
Guys, I understand that it may be weird for you. For a lot of things, as Brent and I will always challenge you, because it's a challenge for us as well, is that when you see somebody, say hi to them. How are you doing? Hey, just make some sort of different conversation with them. We've got to come together. I still feel like we're being ripped apart. You sit on this side because you're this belief on with religion, or you sit on this side because you're this belief with politics. It doesn't matter anymore. We need each other, regardless if you're Muslim, if you're Catholic, if you're Christian, or if you're Republican, or Democrat, or Independent. It gives an ish. At the end of the day, we need to come together. I'm going to get beat up by this stuff. I'm going to have to go inside a little bit here. Lawnmower's coming on. Hawaii, can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to come inside here a little bit so we don't get beat up by the lawnmower. Resort's about to open up here. Hawaii is opening up tomorrow in Maui. We did go by. I have to shut this door. I'm sorry, guys. We'll just keep talking. Go on vacation and you expect stuff to happen.
Well, and that's the thing is, when you try to make a difference, the universe will stop you and will try to make you not make a difference, right?
Right.
And that's when you need to keep going and you need to keep trying and you need to not let it stop you from doing it.
Get out of that light right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
So anyway, but and that's where we're at. So if you guys are out there, make a difference out there. I'm trying to block this light out of here. Don't look at that bottle right there. You can't see it.
So do I have a bunch of background noise? Or you're
no,
good?
We're good, man.
Okay, cool.
I was a really cool setting out there, but again, they're getting this resort to open back up. So Maui has been shut down to visitors for the last 2 months, and tomorrow they open up. So it is full on getting people back to work, which is awesome. by the way, I'm out here because my brother lives out here, as I said, with my family, with his family. And so we're kind of helping him get some things going back together. It's affected him. His house did not get burned down, but he works for the Westin out here for the timeshare world. And as you heard me say just a little bit earlier, they've been housing the people that have been displaced, even the homeless, which is kind of weird. Not a bad thing, but I'm just saying that they put these into the resorts of the timeshare. So my brother has had hardly any work. Usually he sees about 2 to 3 couples a day, and now he's seeing 2 to 3 couples a week.
Wow.
And so it's been really downside in there.
One of my customers has a touring company there, tourist company. Like he drives people around. He's got a bunch of Ford Broncos, new Broncos, and then he's got old Broncos. In fact, we're restoring one for him, a Bronco 2, because he had one when he was in high school. And so he's putting about 70 or 80 grand into it. And he came over and he said, we're dead. Like we're doing like a tour a week, one tour a week. And he's usually doing like 14 a day.
Yeah. It's quiet.
Yeah. And he's got an SBA, they've got an SBA loan that they're giving him, which is cool because he was displaced and can't function. And so he's able to keep his employees employed, and they're basically cleaning up his warehouse and getting all the vehicles ready and getting all the maintenance done, and then going out to the places that they stop at for the tour and helping those people rebuild. So he's utilizing his employees and his resources to help rebuild the places that he normally stops at and frequents, the restaurants, the little side pulls, all those places, the people that sell pineapple and all that stuff, all that touristy stuff. Right. And so he's going out there, and they're, if they're in a burn area, he's replanting and he's doing all that stuff, and he's making a damn difference. I talk to him every couple of weeks, and man, it's just, it's pretty wild to see. And he's a younger guy, he's in his late 30s, early 40s. And I told him to watch the podcast. So Sean Storm, if you're watching or listening, we appreciate what you're doing, brother.
Yeah. And they need you guys out here. What he said, I mean, that's just one of those small businesses out here, but there's a lot of small businesses that I know a lot of locals. So if there's a local that watches, they'll probably, call back like, we need to recover. Yes, you need to recover, but there's also businesses that need to happen to help the recovery. And that's coming from my brother. It's not coming from me. I'm not a local here, and that's fine. But I'm just saying is businesses can't just like, okay, well, we're going to shut it down while we recover. We need to help them with businesses running to put money back into the economy, to help pay for roads, to help pay for housing and all these different things. And so there's a lot of great things that guys want to go back to work, but they can't work if there's no money coming in. The beaches are flipping empty. And I hope that changes this weekend because it opens back up. But it was very weird walking on the beach last night, seeing 2 people.
You're freezing up again,
I haven't
brother.
seen that before. Kind of nice.
Hopefully the recording is good.
I'm a little bit more wealthy than I really am just to have a private beach. But anyway, it's been on there. So again, going back to this whole roundup of everything of what is what Brent and I are saying, and I think that he'll agree on this, is we've got to be a community. And we've talked about that for 20 weeks now. And since we're episode 20 here, is that we can't do this alone, and we can't live in a silo anymore. There's going to be some hard times. There's going to be some good times. If you're having some hard times, rely on us. Rely on some people who are surrounding you. If you need help, look out to us. If you're having some good times, we want to hear that too. How you got through the bad times to get to the good times. There's a lot of different things, but we cannot, just because there's tragedies or different circumstances that happen not only in your community, but in your life, can't just sit there and do it by yourself. I'm learning that every day, guys. I have came up with some stuff last week that I found myself going back into my silo, and I'm living, and not communicating the right way. I'm almost 55 years old, and it was an eye-opening. Brent helped me through that, helped give me some great things to talk about, to be better communicative, because then it solves a lot of problems in the long run. We can't fix everything by ourselves.
We want to.
We want to, especially guys. Women are a lot better than that than men are, because they're better communicators. I feel. Maybe there's some guys out there, some good communicators. Women just, they'll share their emotions, and I'm like, why are you telling people that? But it helps them, man. They get it out. They get it, and then it's fine. And we live in it. Sometimes tension gets too much. You get sick. You get headaches. So know that this is a source for you. But I think Brent said his great thing is he had some great interactions, and I know it's because of what Brent went out and actually made that interaction happen. What happens if Brent doesn't help that guy with, the cart going over, right? What happens if Brent doesn't talk to that guy in the Uber? How many guys were in that Uber and never had that same conversation with that guy, right?
Yeah.
And it's not a big deal to you for what you did because it's what you do every day. It was a big deal to that guy in the Uber. It's a big guy with a food cart. It changed because now that is embedded into them, right? Now they have a new trigger. Like if they see something, they're going to go out and step out of the way, and it just goes on and on and on. So don't ever feel that that's not that big a deal. Brent told me to tell you this. I said this the other. I was talking to you earlier. So we're going through the airport. Again, not blowing up. Just say pay attention. We're going through the airport. It just was a long day. Just a long day. And
travel
just want
stuff.
to get travel sucks, right? Especially when you're going over an ocean for 5 hours. But anyway, we're going up this in Maui Airport. There's a ramp that gets you into the baggage claim. If you've been there, you know what it is. But anyway, there is this a seasoned lady, older, and her husband was hard to get around. He was just challenged walking wise, but he was in a car in a wheelchair, and this ramp is pretty steep even for me because you're pulling a big back clam. But she got stuck halfway. Basically, it's like she started momentum, and then all of a sudden, like his weight, he was probably a good 200 pounds, and she was probably 130 wet, if that, in a wheelchair, and he had a suitcase in front of him, and she got stuck. And there was no one really everyone in front of her couldn't see her, and there was really no one kind of behind us because the airport's so empty. And I'm like, oh, dude. And so I threw my bag down, I ran over, and it was a little struggle for me at first because the momentum was starting to come back. And so we got him up there. But my point of it is if I wasn't there, would someone probably help them? Maybe. Or would someone just I got to get my bags, I got to get out of here, I got to get to my next flight or whatever it is, they would help.
So call to action in your head. Like what happened when you saw that? What's your first reaction? Your first reaction is not, I need to help these people. Your first reaction is like, okay, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Am I the one? Mm-hmm. And I'm paraphrasing. Maybe this didn't happen to you, but this is how it happens to me. Like I'm sitting there seeing that cart and I'm like, okay, does he really need my help? Should I help? Can I help? Is he going to be offended if I help? All these things are going through my head in like a flash of light, right? And then are they going to think I'm weird for helping? Like, and all of that, I have to push all that aside. Do you feel the same way? Like, do you go through those same reactions and emotions? And
absolutely, because I think too, Brett, that goes back to is I think that we've been trained not to help.
Right.
I think it's just been so bad. We've been taken so far out of that American culture of community that she's got to go figure it out. I hope she gets it and walk past it. Or, it's been another thing that drives me crazy. Someone's in distress and they pull out a camera and videotape it and either make fun of it or like, can you believe this happened? Like, sometimes video, freaking put down your camera. But that goes through my head. Like, so either someone's going to walk by, someone's going to video it, or someone's going to help.
Yeah.
And so, yes, that process goes through there. And my father-in-law has a hard time getting around. And so I kind of put him in that chain. It was like, okay, if it was my mother-in-law and she was pushing him up there, would I want someone to help them or would I be upset? So those things, traveling with them yesterday, those things really just set up the trigger. I've had to help him kind of get through certain spots. So I instantly just went into that mode, like, I've got to help this lady. And she was super grateful at the end of the day. Not putting a feather in my cap. The whole point of the story, what Brent and I talked about with him being over in LA and having those interactions with different people and me having interactions is stop living in a silo. If you're that guy that walks by or if you're that lady that walks by, is say something, do something, but make a damn difference. It's always been our theme through the whole 20 episodes of what we go through here is don't think that, just be better. Just be better. And
be better for you. Right?
Yeah,
be better for you. If it affects others, good. Awesome. And then that cascading effect. So what happens if you help one person? they're going to reach out and help other people. Hopefully that's the goal, right? And how many people do you touch with that one interaction? Right. And
more than you'll ever know. And that's the crazy thing. That's the cool part. More than you ever know. Right. Because it's a ripple effect that goes on. So when you do have that, just like, why help that person? Well, remember, every person knows 3 people, and those 3 people, we can kind of go that route, or 6 people, whatever it is. And the ripple effect that goes out, if we start doing that more, it's amazing.
If you look at it like you were just saying, that ripple effect, if you look at it like how many people does one person know and affect and come in contact with, right?
Right.
So like you said, I think it's somewhere between 3,500 and 4,800. I don't remember the statistic, but one interaction can affect 3,500 to 4,800 people, whatever that statistic is. So if your interaction is 1 positive or 2 negative, just think about that.
Draw that out. Draw that out on a piece of paper, man. It'll blow your mind.
Yeah, just crazy.
It'll blow your mind. So it's just really cool. And I'm glad that you had that interaction. I'm glad I had that interaction the other day. I'm glad here I'm with my in-laws because I'm learning a lot. Again, our conversation that we had actually on Monday or Tuesday of last week really opened up a lot of stuff because I get busy. Everyone gets busy, and we go into this, dude, sink or swim, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to swim, so I've got to take care of me so I can take care of everybody else. When realistically, if I just am I taking care of me, I'm not helping anybody else.
Right.
At the end of the day. So I'm glad that you had that. I'm glad that we both had this. This travel has been some really cool things, and kind of being out here definitely put it in perspective going past Lahaina yesterday. With the fires, kind of seeing the devastation in that, but there's also a lot of growth all of a sudden. There's some houses that are starting to be built. There's some apartment complexes being built.
It's the phoenix in the fire, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I think out of the fire, out of the ashes comes a phoenix. So
yeah. I think that just don't be afraid to come over here. Don't be afraid, even inside your city. If you have a catastrophic event in your city. Don't be out there to reach out to community, because the community needs you. And regardless of what the social media will say, or regardless of what a couple other people say, community is going to outweigh the naysayers always.
Yep.
Always. So let me go. And we're going to go back to this because I just love your kids to death. So I'm going to bring them back into it. Mommy's home. She just got home, so I don't know if
just got home. Kids will be out of school in about an hour and a half, something like that. And so
they haven't had that interaction yet. Next episode.
Yeah, episode.
Especially your little man, dude. Your little man. I cannot wait the wisdom that comes out of his mouth, man. It's just always been awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
That's good. So
in fact, we should that should be our theme song next week, is the next episode song, right?
The next episode, if I could. Since we're remote, I don't have really cool gadgets. Usually I have a little board that goes down and I can press buttons and make music happen. Today I can't do it. So you just get Brent and I. We're raw. Yeah. And it's we are going through some cool things. Some real good realization. I think a lot of things will happen. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and then I'm going to have Brent carry on with this. But I was not excited to come to Maui. And my wife is going to see this a little bit, because we've got a lot of stuff going on in real estate. And we've got 4, possibly 5 going into, we have 4 in escrow right now, possibly a 5th one coming on here pretty soon. So I'm like, dude, I'm by God's grace, thank you, Jesus, for all having that happen. But I was like, I need to stay here and do stuff. The houses are going to sell regardless, or not sell regardless. They're going to sell. But that stuff is going to happen with or without me being there. And at the end of the day, again, a conversation that you and I talked about earlier this week, it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah.
For the reason of the relationship, these memories that we're going to share here, not only with my brother and my sister-in-law and my nieces and nephews. We also have some really good friends from Orange County that are landing today. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. It's going to be a breath of fresh air. Now with you.
So let's go back. So hang on a second, right? Okay. So we talked about last time, like there is no balance.
There is no balance, right?
Okay. So you need to balance it with with your time block. So, you know, after this, put your phone down.
Amen.
Disconnect. Connect with the people, right? This might be the last trip with your father-in-law and your mother-in-law.
Could be. It's very possible. It's very possible to take a trip like this.
So be present. Be present in the moment. Be present in the interactions. Time block. Like if you need still work. But when you're working, work. And when you're not, right? That was really tough for me this week because I'm chilling in a hotel room, watching my bride, you know, try and get better and heal. And you know, I still got to work and I still got to provide and I still got to do all those things. And so, you know, there is no balance. Balance is BS. So while you're there, be there.
Yeah. And we talked about that for sure last week. So guys, don't be afraid. Brent's using me as an example and it's spot on. But it's more of a wake up call too, as like, whatever we've been coached over, especially our younger years up to the present, you find any guru, like, you need to find balance. Well, balance is bleep, 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 right?
Yeah,
and it's BS at the end of the day. There is none because the balance is always shifting. So if it's always shifting, then you have no balance, is what Brent's
you're wasting your time seeking balance when you could be seeking interactions.
Yeah.
And I'm horrible at this. I'm
right.
call out to myself. I'm horrible at this. The reason why I say it is because I try and remind myself every day that I need to do that. I need to be present. I need to interact properly. Yeah, it's not just calling you out, buddy. It's calling me out too.
No,
every time I say it.
You people always, you know, Brent and I's relationship is pretty special. I'm glad that we get to do these things like this. And I think that we're a different version of people that follow Andy Frisella and Ed Milet. Now, I know that we're not on their level, but the same thing is there's an understanding between Brent and I, and maybe you have that special person in your life, man or woman, work husband, work wife, whatever it may be. But even on a friendship level, is that Brent can say shit to me, excuse my language, but he can say stuff to me that no one else could say to me. But it hits right, man. And it's because I know it's coming from a good spot. And it's not saying that a wife or a husband can't do that for you. It's just there's certain people in your life that can do that. Now, I'm getting better at that because of listening. Now, if Brent would have said some of the things he said to me 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would have probably told him to kick rocks. And you have no idea where I'm at, and you know we're different. But the thing is, he's been through it. I know what he's been through. There's times that you look to me before, man. There's conversations we had 3, 4, 5 years ago that you're like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, dude, you need to do this, 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 and this, and maybe that helps. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit, but obviously we never made each other mad. The point of it is, going back to what we started off this really conversation, is making it damn different. It doesn't matter where you are in life, say something, because that could affect not only the next person. You don't have to be a jerk off about it, but come from a good spot and talk to people the right way and help them out. I mean, that your Uber thing is going to resonate with me for a while. For some reason, it just stuck in my head because I just think what a great interaction. And those guys are out grinding.
Well, we're on here, right? And he's texting me. And he's like, hey, I'm going to send you my bill for the last couple of days. You know, I feel bad because it's a large bill. And I'm like, my response to him is going to be like, charge me what you need to charge.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not asking for a discount. This guy obviously feels valued by me, and he feels like he got something from me because of our interactions, and he wants to provide a value to me.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to tell him, like, look, if you choose to give me a discount, that's a you thing. Thank you. I'm not asking for it. Charge what you should charge. Value people where they're at.
And that goes to not only people where they're at too, but it goes. I mean, you just triggered something in my mind. It's one of my agents, David Schreiner. It's like, dude, we laid down like, I'm going to be gone. I need you to handle this, 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 and this, and this. You're going to basically kind of be running the show from here, but call me if you have any problems. And he's like, oh, okay, no problem. And so I just text him later, like, dude, I'm so freaking grateful for you, man. Thank you. You've come so far in the last year. 27 years old. He's cutting his teeth in the real estate world. Hardest time that I know of. And I mean, if you're getting a real estate right now, it's not fun. And and he's cutting his teeth. He's doing a hell of a job. And he just texts back and like, no, man, I'm so incredibly grateful for you and everything, every opportunity that you've given me. And like, I don't feel like I'm given enough, right? I'm like, God, I want you to succeed so much harder. And I'm just giving responsibilities to him and having him run open houses and then have him, follow up with different contracts that need to be followed up with right now. He's like, he's grateful for that. To me, it's like, okay, that's awesome. So David Schreiner, when you watch this, I know that you watch your episodes, man, I love you. You're one hell of a kid and you're coming a long way. And the changes you made, the conversations that we've had, I know that we're making a difference, and I can't wait for you to share that with the other people down the road that you come in contact with. And I know there's some guys that he's hanging out with right now that are starting to listen in a little bit more than he has to. So he's been in their ear. He's got a couple of people coming up to say, hey, listen, when you get a little bit more successful, I want to come and be your assistant. I'm like, that's pretty cool to hear when you're 27 years old, man. So I'm just proud of you. So David Schreiner, keep kicking ass, man. We love you. So cool, man. Well, listen, brother, I think we should wrap this up. You got to get back to your wife and your families. I got to go down and I'm going to go be with my family in a moment, but I'm going to be by the pool. And there's a good chance I'm going to have a lava flow. So anyway, it's so good to see you, brother. I'm glad that you and April got back okay. Any final words for you, my friend?
Go make a damn difference, because it does make a difference. That's all I got. That's it.
That's it, man. We don't have any farewell songs and stuff. It's stop living in silos. Go out there and make a difference. As Brent said to us, is go make a friend today, because that friend's going to make a friend, and we're going to get back to this American culture where everyone's helping each other out instead of living different silos. Guys, we love you. You follow us on Brent. Where do you follow you?
Linktree, Brent Wright.
Yeah, and then also Linktree, Brent Wright. When you find him, look up his wife, April Wright. Especially, do you want to talk about what she went through, like the procedure, why she went through? Do you want to say that for next time?
That's a whole episode, dude. That's a whole episode. Yeah, but
so we'll share that. But
it's lipedema. So get bored, Google that, lipedema, or check it out on Instagram, Facebook. There's a bunch of groups for it. It is kind of a silent situation that is coming to the forefront. So
So April, when you watch this too, just know that we're praying for you, sister. We love you. I know that we text you. I text you a little bit earlier, actually messaged you. So keep getting better, man. I'm so grateful that I get to follow your journey. So guys, if you're watching, obviously follow Brent Wright, but follow his wife, April. Got some cool things going on with the Wellness Center too.
Yep.
That was another. We're final last words, and now I keep going off this tangent. we had a podcast with a special guest, Caitlin Wilson, in Inlight Therapy. And now you guys become business partners in a roundabout way.
Yep. Inlight Hyperbarics, a little call out. Thank you for your help, Caitlin. You're an amazing blessing to us, and we'll be successful based upon your tutelage, and we appreciate you.
That's awesome. Guys, you guys stay safe out there. Most of all, God bless. We'll talk to you guys soon. Brent says, go make a damn difference. We're going to go make a difference today. We love you guys. Take care.
Take care. Bye.